going in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm an 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Salute, y'all. Interesting conversation we're going to have today. Very interesting conversation. Very interesting conversation. I'm curious how things are going to turn out in this what if scenario. I'm very curious. I'm very curious. So we're gonna have a conversation. And yeah. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me just get things squared away here. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, y'all. Get things squared away over here. I was supposed to do pep talk last night, but I ain't gonna hold you out. I came home, I was tired. I had a hard day yesterday. I had a hard day. Hard day, but you know, we can't handle, right? So let's do this roll call real quick. Eric H, Dow Big G, Anwar Willis, G McCall, Eric Jordan in the building, the Sensei, Stormy B-Man, salute, Rod Neal, Robert Singleton, Chilltown Majors, Black Alpha, Steve L. the Mac, Marcus, No Smoke in the building, salute, Todd Swindle, Edgar Chavez, my brother Thomas in the building, Andrew 100. This a new account? It's a new account? I just saw you just made this. I know you're wrenched up, so I'm wondering what happened. Brother Cole, Cal 2 Slimy, Thomas, 2 times, Tat Lawson, CV Sports. Salute, man. Smash the like button, man. Bernard Gilbert, salute. Woo! So I just want to have a conversation about a what-if scenario. Because these fights have not happened yet. I heard that the target date, I heard it was the 15th for Tank versus Frank. Then I heard it was the 22nd. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is. But you know, I don't want no shenanigans. So I'm just in good faith. And I know to say good faith with the sport of boxing is like, it's like, what are you talking about? It's like Cobra Commander helping an old lady across the street. It's just not going to happen. He'll push that bitch into a sewer, manhole, open manhole. But I'm just going to look at the cup half full instead of half empty. They're fighting in June. And I want to talk about what if? What if Tank loses to Frank Martin? What does that mean? How does that change the landscape, if any? What if Jaime Munguia beats Canelo Alvarez? Does that change the landscape at all? Does he win and it does nothing? If Frank wins, does it do anything? Now, mind you, these guys, Canelo and Tank, they're like super A-sides. So there's no doubt in my mind. Matsumosa, salute. Dante, what's good? There's no doubt in my mind that there's a rematch clause. So whatever these guys do, if they win, they gotta do it twice. They got to do it twice. So I want to talk about what are the scenarios if they lose. Now, before the Tank fans getting their feelings, before the Canelo fans getting their feelings, I'm not firing shots. Y'all do know this is boxing, right? Y'all do know anything can happen, right? You do know that. Y'all do know that. Devin got a fight coming up. Everyone's picking Devin to win. But I'd be lying to you if I told you I don't have some nerves going into that fight. Because there's always that chance. And it's like, and it's a disgusting thought, but it's boxing, ladies and gentlemen. Shamar, what up? So I'm just asking the question. And I'm not firing shots. I'm not talking about Tank's moves or Canelo's moves. I'm talking about what if. Because to some people, it's the unthinkable. But I'm telling you, it's really not. Especially in this scenario, with business being what it is, there's a lot of truth being told. Shade Girl, salute, sis. I snatched this picture offline for a reason, man. It's on Prime Video. And when politics doesn't run shit and things just play out how they're supposed to play out, when it comes down to the fighters in the ring, there's no gangsters in balls with tampered gloves or water or weight draining clauses. When things are just left alone, you might be amazed at what happens. For example, what AJ did to Francis Ngannou, you just knew Fury was supposed to do that. And look what happened. Look what happened. We was like, what the hell? And it was a bit of fool's gold. And I'm not talking crap about Francis Ngannou. Hen dog, salute. I'm not talking crap, but listen. What AJ did, that was supposed to be done in the first damn place. But we all know that Fury wasn't on his narcotics. And he was eating corned beef and cabbage in abundance and doing lines, and he didn't take it serious. He's doing everything in that fight, even throwing elbows, and it ain't work out. He almost effed around and lost. Got dropped. And everyone's like, whoa. But I'm looking at it like, yo, look, I see the holes. Francis is not a master boxer. It's just that Fury is not on his narcotics. Once again, he's fat and out of shape. And he made this guy dangerous. And he made him look more of a credible opponent than he really is. I'm watching that fight, like when Francis was throwing these hooks and he was missing, he was way out of position. I said, man, somebody gonna eat him alive. And if you pick Francis to compete against AJ, I always say, the disclaimer is anything can happen. When you buckle down and look at things for what it is, it's like, no. Just like I would not pick any boxer to compete with Francis in the octagon. He'll kick their head off. End of discussion. Apples and oranges. He's a big, strong dude if he lands something, but AJ went in there and got him out of there. Wasn't playing with him. And you saw the discrepancies. Oh my God. That punch that ended Francis Ngannou, a novice boxer could have blocked that. He didn't know what to do. And that's just it. That's all. If you just got your driver's license and I put you in a Lamborghini, the only thing you'll look good in is a picture. But you can't drive that damn thing. First of all, do you know how to drive stick? First thing you're gonna do when you start the car and try to put it in the gear, the shit gonna shut off. I wish in every stick shift vehicle, they would put Steve Austin's voice in it. When you get it wrong, it says, what? And shuts off. That'd be hilarious. 704 Joe, salute. Prolific One, salute. Bud, what's going on? Jermaine Jubilee, what's good, brother? What? Shut off. You wanna know what to do? But shout out to Francis, man. What he make? Like 80 million in 2 fights? He ain't got to do a mother effing thing else in his life. But I'd like to see him back in the octagon. What? It shuts off. So this is boxing, y'all. That was fool's gold, and I knew it. That was fool's gold, and I knew it. And it's more fool's gold because now people think AJ's back. Well, this guy went head up with Tyson Fury, champion of the world. And AJ got rid of him, and then he beat up Otto Wallin. So now y'all think AJ's back. Give it a minute. AJ's back, and just y'all don't want to listen, man. He was just talking about retiring. If Deontay Wilder was food, take the fight. We did nothing. AJ's been who he's always been. Last 2 fights, he had the right 2 people in front of him. That's the reality of it. Y'all go ahead. So how does that relate to what we're talking about this morning? These guys, it's a possibility. Yes, salute, sis. It's a possibility that these are the right guys in front of them. So I'm going to start with Canelo. It might be a situation where it's out the frying pan into the flame. Slip the jab, salute. Oh, yeah, slip the jab. I know. I'm talking about when I sat in the Lamborghini, that motherfucker was a stick shift. They had to make those exotic cars automatic because a lot of people don't know how to drive stick. So when they made the newer models, they made them automatic. When I sat in a Lamborghini, the first time I sat in a Lamborghini was years ago in the 80s at a car show at Jacob Javits down here. Dill Spoolie, salute. And it was a stick shift. And at the time, I ain't drive stick. I said, man, I wouldn't know what to do with this. I wouldn't know what to do with it. So, you know, the newer exotic models, yeah, you're right. They're you know, yeah. Hell yeah. Anyway, salute, slip the jab. Appreciate that. Everyone's picking Canelo, you know, to beat this guy. Now, I don't know what everyone else's issue is, but here's my issue. All right, let's start from the beginning. I'm rooting for Munguia because it'll be brilliant karma for ducking Benavidez. It'll be brilliant karma because let's be 100%. All you know, Canelo fans, you Mexican fans that support this fella unconditionally. Look, man, you guys got to stop getting these emails. What is this? Oh, thank you. Somebody finally got back to me. YouTube. So you guys can't tell me that you're satisfied with Canelo's route as far as legacy is concerned. At this point, you're just protecting him from getting his head bashed in. Now, if that's what you're satisfied with, I'm cool with it, but just say that. Just say that. Just say, I don't want him in the ring with Benavidez, because there's nothing you can say that can justify this move at all. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say that can justify this. There's nothing you can say. You can't make it make sense. There's nothing you can say. But he's done it. He's done it successfully. He's allowed to maneuver the way he wants by way of business. Now, what do we know? Especially, listen, you're going to hear the term business a lot. You're going to hear the term business a lot. How many times you heard me say, I understand the business of boxing, but you don't have to you can't make me like it. Most of the times it's not fair. Life ain't fair. I get it, man. There's a lot of shit that should have happened in boxing that never happened because of what? Business. Do y'all remember when the big fight was Yuriorkis Gamboa versus Juanma Lopez? Y'all remember that? Do y'all go back that far? To me, it was like yesterday. That fight never, oh my God, man. When it was supposed to happen, it never happened, y'all. And the inevitable happened. Juanma Lopez ran into a guy named Orlando Salido. And there goes that. Gamboa eventually runs into Bud Crawford. There goes that. And there you go. Done. Thanks, Salido. Word up, Thomas. Thank you. Main Biker, salute. Good looking out. Appreciate that. And who's talking about Juanma Lopez now? When we go back a little further than that, we never got Bo versus Lewis. Never got it. Never got it. Crazy, right? When we go further than that, I'm jumping all over the place here. We never got Aaron Pryor versus Sugar Ray Leonard. Never got it. Business, right? Okay. With all fairness, there was a lot of moving parts in that. But we never got it. That's the point. Want to go back further than that? Fine. We never got. I'll stop there, man. I'll stop there. We didn't get a lot of stuff, man. We didn't get a lot of stuff. We still didn't get Wilder versus AJ. I'm confident we're never getting that because AJ's a Budissi. He's a Budissi. So I've made peace with that already. So it's like, whatever. But you know what happens? When one fight is justified by business, it's unstoppable. It's inevitable. You can't do anything. You have a rabid fan base foaming at the mouth, completely infected with bullshit, supported by business, lightning in a bottle. Nobody cares but us, but AJ's fans care about his teeth. And they know that Deontay will knock them right out his skull. He'll punch him in the face and his teeth will fly out the back of his head. That's how bad it's going to be. And they don't want that. They'd rather him lose to a Fury or an Usyk. They're cool with that. But there's something about the dark-skinned man from Alabama. They can't have that. So when politics works in their favor, they're cool with it. So these Canelo fans are cool with him not fighting Benavidez. They're saying, look, he could lose to Bivol because he's bigger. We was going to try and drain Badu Jack, but if he'd lost to him, he's really a natural cruiserweight. We're cool with anything, but there's something about losing to Benavidez that bothers us. You know what bothers you? That won't be a loss on the cards. That'll be a fucking beatdown from round 3 to I think Canelo might get stopped. Either he'll quit in his corner or there'll be like several strategic knees. It'll be like a bad beating, like when Canelo, like the last knockdown, he'll be getting up off the floor and looking around and shit, and he'll just look at the ref and be like, no mas. And wobbling back to his corner, his hair all linked over and shit. No mas. And that'll be the end of it. They don't want that for Canelo. They can deal with him losing and getting out boxed and shit like that. They don't want to see him get beat down. Let me tell y'all a little story. Salute to Eric Jordan in that super chat. He said if AJ was really back, he would fight Wilder, but AJ being a monkey, shitting his boots because AJ's afraid of the power of the ninja sword. Hashtag lightweight.
Give power to my nigger sword!
It's clear AJ don't want no smoke. Felix, what up, man? Mr. Black, long time no see. True Boxing Night, Chilltown Majors, PGH, what up, man? King Bonnie. Let me tell y'all a little story. Once upon a time, there was a Puerto Rican fighter by the name of Felix Tito Trinidad. And let me tell you something. I live in the Bronx. Half of Puerto Rico, I swear to God, is here. And when Tito fought, it was like a fucking holiday out here. There's flags running up and down the Grand Concourse. Tito, Tito. He was their hero. And I hear that. So 9/11 happens. And they pushed the Bernard Hopkins fight back. And I was like, I don't like that. The maniac's in the building. That's my brother right there, Bronx on deck. Yeah, he would. Benavidez is going to smoke Canelo, and his fans don't want no smoke with that. So they're content with him doing this. But there's a potential that this may be some karma. So 9/11 happens in the city. The city's like devastated, right? So they pushed the fight back about a week or two, I remember. So I remember telling the people at my job, I said, look, man, I know y'all love Tito, but this ain't it right here. This is different. And they were like, nah, you know, they banging on their chest. Yeah, you know, Tito. I said, look, I get it. Y'all got a lot of pride. I get it. But this shit here is different. This ain't it. I'm telling you, this ain't it. No. I said, bro, listen. Okay. And I'm talking boxing and they're talking something else. Mark, what up? T-Dog, what up? I said, yo, listen. This is not what you think. Tito's biting off more than he could chew. I'm just telling you. Matter of fact, that whole tournament, in my opinion, was not in Tito's favor. I'm gonna tell you why. They put him in there with William Joppy, and he beat up Joppy. William Joppy was like my first or second guest I had in the Stronghouse. If you go back, you go to my page and put in William Joppy, he said that Tito had some shit with his gloves. I don't know, I wasn't there. I know the knockout looked a little odd to me because go back and listen to what William Joppy said about that fight. And what's crazy is he's not the only person that said that. There was no internet like that back then. There was no social media like that. But I was hearing things from other fighters like, yo, there's some shit with that guy. Y'all remember, I had Freddie Pendleton on there. He was schooling Tito, and then for no reason, he just dropped. He got poisoned. I showed y'all the clip. It's on YouTube. I showed y'all. I was like, what the fuck happened? And when I saw that fight in the 90s, I said, man, this brother threw the fight. Years later, I got a call Freddie today, as a matter of fact. I called him, and when I finally spoke to him, I said, brother, did you throw that fight? He said, fuck no, I got poisoned. I said, oh, shit. Yo, bro, listen, I'm telling you, y'all had to be there. If y'all ain't live in New York, y'all had to be there. That whole 4-man tournament, the eliminator was a setup. He beat up William Joppy. Joppy, years later, says, yo, he had some shit in his gloves. I ain't never been hit like that. But he's not the only person to say that. Fernando Vargas said that. And Freddie Pendleton said he got poisoned. There was a lot of stuff. But with that being said, Keith Holmes fought Bernard Hopkins in the small room in the theater, and it was a disgusting. B-Hop was fouling and hitting him low. But Keith Holmes was like 6'2", he had reach, and I said both these dudes will give Tito problems. So I don't know what they're doing. that whole tournament was not in Tito's favor. Holmes loses, and I said, man, he got B-Hop. B-Hop at that point ain't losing like a decade. And I said, man, unless he ages overnight or unless they pull some fuck shit with his water, and I was saying this back then. I said, look, man, I don't know about this one. 9/11 happens. They push the fight back a week or two. And I knew in round one that Tito was in trouble. You know why? There was a part when they was in a clinch. And Tito was real nice punching out of that clinch. And he hit B-Hop. B-Hop's head snapped all the way back like this and came right back. Nothing. I said, ooh. And if you look at the first round, if you blink, you miss it. Tito hit him hard. And I said, oh, this man's in trouble. And that was the first thing. The second thing was B-Hop started outboxing him. What I thought was he was going to go in there and fight him like Holmes, go in there and rough him up, throw him around, bite him and hit him in the nuts and hit him on the hips and shit. No, he outboxed him. I was like, what the fuck's happening here? Round 10. In the clinch, body shot, uppercut. That was the first time I saw Tito wobbled like that. I seen him get flashed, like knocked down or whatever. And normally when you knock Tito down, he gets up and commences to whooping your ass. Tito Trinidad is one of the best finishers in like ever. When you was hurt, you didn't get away. When you knocked him down, be ready because he get pissed off. And Tito was a dog. But round 10 in that fight, that was the first time I saw him hurt. I was like, oh shit. Yo. And then the round ended and B-Hop was punching after the round. I said, oh boy. I told dudes. I didn't know it was gonna happen like this. But I was once again, I said, yo, B-Hop gonna fuck around and stop Tito. And then round 12, we saw what happened. I was like, damn. And after that fight, I was driving home, and you'd have thought, I drove down the Grand Concourse, you'd have thought somebody fucking died. You'd have thought, like, you remember how when Kennedy got assassinated, when people were crying, y'all saw the video? I don't think anyone was alive in my chat when that happened. But you saw the video. It was like that. I was like, sheesh. He just lost the fight. It's okay. God damn. My God. Yo, Thomas, man. I'm not lying. Yo, look, man. I'm not, see? I was not, man. I was just driving home like, damn. I was like, is mommy crying on the stoop? What the fuck happened? Yo, bro, I'm not making it up. I'm not making it up. I said, yo, it's just a fight, man. It happens. I was like, man, that was bad, man. That was bad. That was bad. Because I just thought, yo, I really thought, I said, B-Hop's going to come close to a DQ. That's how bad he's going to foul this kid. But he didn't do it. He outboxed him. And there was no shenanigans. So how does that relate? MF, what up? How does that relate to this era today? These two fights we talk about now. What happens if because listen, Tito was picked to win everything. Matter of fact, there was a big old banner in the garden that said Roy Jones is next. They were looking past B-Hop. And I said, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Because Roy Jones back then would have killed Tito Trinidad. B-Hop just beat him up. That Roy, that was Superman. At 175, Tito wasn't beating him. He wasn't beating him. He was not beating that version of Roy Jones. That was the Roy Jones that went up and beat John Ruiz. You got to be kidding me. Tito was not beating him at all. Well, so today, nobody's thinking about Jaime Munguia. We've seen him, and he's a dog. And I'm just wondering, I mean, this man scared, Benavidez scared Canelo so bad, he made him go back on his word. The man said, I don't want to fight Mexicans. I'm Mexican. I don't know how a person says shit like that and get away with it, but fine. But he said it. It's in the ether. He said it. It's on record. He scared him so bad. Now he's fighting Mexicans. Is this the wrong Mexican to be fighting? Listen. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think, George, what up? Yeah, true story. Do y'all think that Munguia is the type to go in there and just kowtow and, oh, it's Canelo. Oh, it's Canelo. Or do you think it's like, yo, you know what? I'm heir to the throne. I'm every bit as Mexican as he is. As a matter of fact, I look more Mexican than he does. I ain't got no red fucking hair. Watch this. I ain't gonna show him no respect. You know what, y'all? Do y'all know that Jaime Munguia is 6 feet tall? I know y'all saying that I don't care. It don't make no, it's a big difference. Jaime Munguia is 6 feet tall. Jaime Munguia, I don't think he's gonna take his foot off the gas. Now, listen, it's boxing. He can go in there and make a mistake, and it could look like James Kirkland all over again. It could happen. And everyone's picking Canelo to win. I'm saying, I understand. But, yo, what if? What if he lands one of those odd punches off the top of his temple and he doesn't get his legs back? What if? What would that mean? If we go in there and we see something we're not expected to see. The world didn't expect Bernard Hopkins to. I expected him to win, but not like how he did it. I didn't expect him to outbox Felix Trinidad. I was shocked. Like, what is he? He's boxing him. What the hell? What am I looking at? Shocker. Y'all remember watching Gaddy Ward 1? I mean, that wasn't boxing. That was a goddamn fight. That was a movie. And then when they signed for the rematch, he was like, yeah, we're going to get it again. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It looked like two different fights. What happened in the second fight? Gaddy won, but why did he win? Why did Gaddy win? Why did he beat Ward so easily? In the rematch, what did Gaddy do? Better yet. What did he do in his camp? What did Tall Gaddy do in his camp? If you remember what he did in his camp, you remember why the fight looked so different. And it looked fairly easy. It looked easy. And to the naked eye, it didn't look as exciting. But I was excited watching it because I said, see? You see that? That's what it was supposed to be in the first goddamn place. Fuck all that tough guy stuff, man. Forget that. Box. You'll last longer. He got Mr. McGirt. The first thing he said was, why you standing in the pocket doing all of that? Let me show you something. It's called lateral movement. This is how you beat this guy. And Ward never adjusted. That's why the second and third fight looked totally different. Gaddy standing there taking right hooks and left hooks to the face. It looked good, but that's not boxing. Sheesh. Shepherd King, salute. Exactly, Sister Jab. Is this a cherry pick? I know, listen, Munguia been around for a while. I remember when they was talking about Munguia. Munguia called out Gennady Golovkin and everyone laughed. I was like, what's so funny? Make the fight. Oh, Munguia's not ready. Y'all don't remember. Munguia been around for a while. And he's been looking for a big fight for a good while. And this is it. But Benavidez is scared the bejesus out of Canelo that he completely went back on his word. So, could karma strike? Hashtag John Lennon, instant karma? Could it strike? You don't want no smoke with Benavidez. You're going to get in there with Munguia. Benavidez is not going away, bro. He's not going away. He's afraid. Yo, look, Canelo is afraid. He's afraid. But you fucked around and now you got Jaime Munguia. Does anyone think that this is going to be an easy fight for Canelo? I'm just curious. It's okay, because we don't know, because the bell haven't run yet. We don't know. It could be. But I know Munguia is not going to lay down. Mike says, have I seen Benavidez interview with Fresh and Fit? Nah, because I don't watch Fresh and Fit. They spoke to him. Fuck are they talking to him for? No, I haven't seen it. I'll check it, being that he's there. I'll check it out. Thank you, Mike. So the Jab says Munguia checks the boxes. 1, fights relative name. 2, shuts everyone up about not fighting Mexicans. 3, enough inexperience to pretty much beat. Yeah. So this classifies. Is this a cherry pick? Would you call this a cherry pick for Canelo? Would you call this a cherry pick? I'm not sure. What I will say is that I think this is the least path of resistance. And Slip the Jab is correct. I said I don't fight Mexicans, but I also said I fight anybody. Look, I fought a Mexican. Munguia, I don't even think he speaks any English. It don't get any more Mexican than that. Okay. Did he try to fight Berlanga first? Now that I don't, man. If he ended up with Berlanga, man. Mike, what up, man? Ratchet since 91, salute. If Berlanga landed this fight, man, I'd have been like upset, bro. You know, I have no ill will towards Berlanga at all. The young man's from New York and yada yada yada, but not now. Not now. Not now. Not now. Healer, what up? Not now. I don't Berlanga, not now. Not right now. Not right now. We know how that ends. And this is being respectful. We know how that ends. We all know how that ends. Not now. And again, why Berlanga and not Benavidez? There's no reason for him not to be fighting Benavidez. And shout out to you fools that say, oh, you just want to see him lose. We already saw Canelo lose. What are you talking about? How wanting to see him lose is asking him to fight somebody that's been his mandatory for what, 3 years? 3 years? We want to see him lose? We saw him lose. He's been his mandatory for 3 damn years. Huh? Wanting to see him lose is asking him to go fight Usyk at 200 pounds. Your man wanted to go to cruiserweight, man, but tried to drain Badu Jack 18 pounds. What do you mean want to see him lose? No. Wanting to see someone lose is what motherfuckers were saying about Floyd Mayweather. When we said, yo, man, Mac of the South, my brother, what up? When we said, yo, all Floyd wants is OSDT, Olympic-style drug testing. And the Pac-Tars are saying it shouldn't matter about drug testing, knowing that Manny Pacquiao has grown substantially. You know, his fucking head grew. How do you have a brow like the Incredible Hulk? How you have to invent a size 9 fitted cap? Y'all know what I just said. No size 9s exist. But in the Philippines it does. For Manny Pacquiao. Nobody saw that shit? I was like, wait, hold on. Hold on. Who says no to any drug testing when you're clean? It shouldn't matter. Manny Pacquiao did. So I said, what are y'all talking about? And then when they're saying, hey, man, if Floyd's defense is so good, it shouldn't matter. You see, that's wanting to see somebody lose. That's wanting to see somebody lose. Floyd needs to go up and fight Golovkin. He needs to go up and fight Golovkin. The man was struggling to make 147 when he was younger. Did y'all know that? He's one of those body types that when he doesn't eat, he shrinks. His walk-around weight a decade and some change ago was like 130. He had to eat to maintain 147. Did y'all know that? When he did that little stint in jail and he came out, he was like 137. Did y'all know that? Derek Gaines, what up? Texas T. Steve L. the Mac. DOG, salute. Did y'all know that? Or did y'all even care? He's not a big guy. All he said was, I want OSDT. Manny Pacquiao want cutoff dates and everything else. I said, yo, y'all don't see any of this? This isn't strange? No. The fans and ESPN got on they justified all of it. I've never seen anything like that. And that was the racist part of it. We're not talking about Floyd's demeanor outside the ring. We're talking about what's right and wrong. I said, what are y'all doing? And y'all wanted him in the ring with Pacquiao so bad. I said, well, make him take the goddamn drug testing. What are we talking about? He's clean, right? Take the test. 5 years with this bullshit. I had a relative, right? Andrew, what up? Village brother, what up? I had a relative. When they finally signed to make that fight, my relative done went through high school and was in the middle of his first year in college. Was like, oh, they fighting finally? And I realized, I said, damn, you was in 9th grade when this shit started. Now he in college. I said, damn, this was long. ESPN ripping Floyd. That was the racist part of it. But they said, Floyd just trying to change the rules in boxing. Who does he think he is? Who does he think he is? He's trying to change the rules. No one does this. He's afraid. Nonito Donaire volunteered for Olympic-style drug testing. And he got praised for it. Around that same time, swear to God. Look it up. They did articles about him. Good for you. The sport is dirty. I said, yo, wait a minute. Wait. If I'd known Nonito back then, I'd have called him and said, yo, could you call Manny and say stop bullshitting? All right, this is all happening at the same time, y'all. And then, surprise, surprise, when Floyd finally tracks Manny down in Miami at a Miami Heat versus Milwaukee Bucks game, walks up on him, and they finally talk face to face, the fight started getting done. And then when they threw the mic in Freddie Roach, what did he say during the face-off? He said, man, you know, the fight could have gotten done, but, you know, we refused to take the drug testing. I said, oh, my God! 5 years! And now it's coming from his camp. Time reveals all truth. But let's go before that. Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Marquez 4. Y'all remember that? Aisha, what up? Y'all remember that? Let me remind y'all of what happened. Juan Manuel Marquez was not fucking around in this fourth fight. I told all of my coworkers he should have left Juan alone after the second fight. Oh, I win, salute. After the second fight, he should have left Marquez alone. The third fight, Marquez was robbed. I don't care what anyone says. He won that shit. He should have left it alone. Fourth fight, ducking Floyd. Fourth fight, I said, this is a mistake. He's going to get it this fight. All my stupid ass co-workers, oh no, you're going to knock him out. I said, no. He should have left. Yo, listen, Marquez would fight Pacquiao every weekend for the rest of his life. That's the type of dog that man is. That's why he's one of my favorite fighters of all time. Yo, listen, man. I was like, yo, look, man, this ain't it. I said, watch Pacquiao get knocked out. Nah, Marquez gonna get it this time. And I'm watching the training. And I looked and I said, he got a lot of back knee. And I said, oh shit. He's juicing. I said, yo, I ain't saying it out loud. I said, oh no. I'm just waiting to see who says something. So I'm online and a few people were saying, yo, why he got on that back knee? I said, okay. He ain't gonna get caught though. Marquez had a lot of back knee. A lot of it. I was like, uh-oh. And I'm just watching. Well, the juice was not why he knocked Manny out. He outboxed Manny. And this is how ridiculous Manny Pacquiao. Y'all remember that face? George, you remember the face-off they were doing? Remember how he told Manny, this is what you do? And he literally took Manny's hand and says, you do this. And when you do this, I'm going to do this. You remember that? I said, he's telling him how he's going to knock him out. And I'll be damned. He told it to Manny. He told it to Freddie. And I said, oh, he did it to a sparring partner? Go look at how he knocked out the sparring partner. And then look at how he knocked out Manny. Repetition. Manny does the same thing in every fight. He's a creature of habit. He done fought the man 4 times. He was obsessed with him. That's how I knew. I said he's going to get him this time. And I'll be damned, he knocked him down with a wild right, knocked him on his back, he got up. Then he came back and knocked Marquez down. Nothing new. Marquez has been dropped several times. Matter of fact, if you want to see the type of dog that Marquez is, it's not the Manny Pacquiao fights. Well, Manny Pacquiao Marquez won. You can see that. But go watch Juan Manuel Marquez versus the baby bull, Juan Diaz. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. If you hate Juan Manuel Marquez, I hate you. Marquez is a man's man in that ring, bro. I stood up in my living room. I was like, yo. If you ain't got Juan Manuel Marquez in your top 10, I need to see your top 10. You got to be like a super duper historian. All right, let me say this. If you ain't got him in your top 20, I got questions. And I know there's a lot of fighters, but I'm saying for me, I reserve a special space for Juan Manuel Marquez, man. For his era when he fought. Fair enough. I'm not going to knock anyone's top 20, okay? I'm just saying. But that's how much respect I have for him. And I saw him commentating, and he has all his faculties. I said, man, that's amazing. You could go up and just pluck him in the nose and the shit will break. He don't give a fuck. He'll keep fighting. He don't give a fuck. Southern T, my brother, what's good? Stormy says, to be honest, closest thing to Duran I've seen. There it is. There it is. You got to tip your hat to Marquez. So he's fighting Pacquiao, and I'm looking at the back knee, and I'm like, he's ready. And here's the salute, Southern T. I appreciate you. And here's the thing. When they questioned Freddie Roach about drug testing with Juan Marquez, because everybody saw the back knee, when they questioned it, do you remember what he said? Remember what he said? The man said, we didn't force drug testing because we didn't take it ourselves.
Whoa!
What the fuck?
You see? You see? That's the universe, y'all. 360 degrees. You get what you put out. Everybody on YouTube, on social media, everywhere was saying, yo, he's on drugs. Look at the back knee, all over Facebook. Back knee. And I say, yeah. If he gets tested, he gets caught right there. As soon as they put the needle in his arm, the needle gonna melt. He was juiced. But what kind of hypocrites would they look like? What's worse? Fighting a guy that's juiced or looking like a hypocrite? If they had smashed the gas on him and says, no, he's on juice. We're not fighting unless he takes drug testing. Floyd will be like, oh, look. Y'all gonna justify this? No. They exercise their rights to remain silent. And it so happened that Manny had 7 years knocked off of his life that night. That was God, ladies and gentlemen. Bronx on deck. Clarence, salute. That's what happened. He was a victim of his own circumstance. So when he fought Floyd, he was clean. And when they started making a big stink about the drug testing and shit, Manny got off the narcotics. And those KOs stopped, didn't they? You remember what he did to David Diaz's face? I don't like the sight of blood. That's why I don't like blood testing. You remember what he did to David Diaz when he left that ring? He looked like fucking Frankenstein. I was like, damn, he beat the shit out of him, didn't he? You don't like the sight of blood? No. What he meant was he don't like the sight of his own blood. Huh? Yeah, don't you know, man, you don't like needles? The nigga got tattoos. What the fuck? Oh, my God. I have never heard such bullshit in my life from a group of fans. But with each passing 5 years or so, it got worse. Because I wanted Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao to go away so boxing could go back to normal. And I learned quickly that boxing will never be normal again because it got worse. Because when that was over, enter a man named Eddie Hearn. And who's this guy? This big nigga from the UK, Anthony Joshua. Okay, all right, let's see what he's doing. Okay, he's doing well. Okay, all right. Wait, don't we got a guy over here named Deontay Wilder? Oh man, we can have a UK versus a USA thing. This is dope. Y'all remember that? Remember when it was friendly? Remember when it was friendly? And then it just got ugly? Remember that? We want the fight, and they were justifying why not only the fight shouldn't happen, but why, not that it shouldn't happen yet, but why it shouldn't happen at all. And we was like, whoa. What are you? Shouldn't happen at all. They literally damn near wanted Deontay to fight for $1 and one hand tied behind his back. I was like, all right. And it got progressively worse. And guess what? Canelo was still hanging around there, ducking Triple G, dropping the belts. And I'm like, oh my God. What's happened to my sport? I mean, Bo didn't fight Lennox Lewis, threw the belt in the goddamn trash. That was on TV and it went all around the world. I thought that was the worst it could ever get. Nah, these days now, how many fights we could say that? Oh my God, man, what? What the fuck is? We're lucky we got Bud versus Errol. Lucky. Damn. And the fighters had to do that because the suits didn't want it. Don't forget that shit. And now, since some people want to back business instead of the fighters when they want to, the fair thing is Bud's supposed to be fighting Fundora on paper, right? Bud is a winner, undisputed in 2 divisions. Errol got destroyed in his last fight against Bud. Comes out the goddamn bomb shelter and says, yeah, I got next. And he's still the bigger draw. Go figure. Go figure. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying, hey, look at that. Hey, go ahead and look at that. You like that? 1 second, y'all. I gotta take this call. Sorry about that. Yeah, so just want to play those videos right quick. Shit is hilarious. Ring Dragon, salute, man. How those Kings doing, man? True Main, what up? Yo, let me say this. Stormy's putting up these premieres. Y'all love boxing, right? Go watch those premieres. You will not be disappointed. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Gems, y'all. Gems. 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 Got those premieres every morning. So yo, check it out. Boxing turned into a shit show. We're just not getting what we want. Right? Now the right thing, I was talking about the thing with Bud. Yeah, look, I understand business, but I don't have to like it. 90% of us work for a living and we might make good money, but do we like what we do? No. How do you not go to work? Play lotto, hope for the best, $1 in a dream, $2 in a dream. And I wish well for everybody. But in the meantime, we got to work for a living. Don't like my job, but they pay me very well. So I'm like, well, geez, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna throw 6 figures in the trash. No, why would I do that? I'm doing that. So it is what it is. So go figure, right? So with that being said, this business also allows fighters to do certain things, move how they want to do. Canelo moving how he moves is the business fault because they played on the fan base. And when the fan base have unconditional love for a fighter, regardless of what he does, these fans understand this. This is what I'm saying. I'm from a different cloth. I want to see the fighters that I support, male or female, leave no doubt that they are the absolute rock stars, the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme. I want them to leave no doubt. Bob, salute. But something happened around the Floyd Mayweather era. Like in there, somewhere around there, I started noticing these fans adapting his talking points, not even knowing what they really mean and how. See, he was just talking a lot, but these kids didn't understand what he was saying was shtick, meaning it was bullshit. He was talking shtick. He was just saying shit. It's like a rap song. You know, they say that they do some amazing shit. It's like, yo, he can never do that in real life. It just sounds good. You know what I'm saying? And these kids, they began to worship Floyd like he was their favorite rapper. Say, nah, man, fuck that. He don't need no Manny Pacquiao. I was like, okay, he ain't gonna go broke without fighting him, but as a supporter of the sport, he absolutely has to fight him. We still don't know who would have won between Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. It's still an argument 30 years later. You know how ridiculous that is? Oh, Lennox would have won. Oh, Riddick would have won. Are you sure? We don't know. Here's what I know. When Eddie Futch had Riddick Bowe on all cylinders, I don't know if Lennox Lewis would have beat him. Because we know if you catch Lennox clean, we know what happens. I'm saying I don't know. I don't know. What if Lennox Lewis shows up to the fight Riddick like how he showed up to fight Hasim Rahman? We saw what happened. But then the Lennox Lewis squad will say, well, he beat him in the Olympics or the amateurs. Okay. And at the end of the day, on the pro level, who dumped the belt? Riddick did. But that still doesn't mean he'd have fought him and won. Lennox, he wouldn't have fought him and won. We don't know. So it's a question it'll be an endless debate, and I'm not touching it no more. It's ridiculous. And then what if Lennox Lewis shows up and don't take him? What if Riddick Bowe shows up and don't take him serious? Shows up at 260, needing a bra and shit. But now, guess what? We'll never know. See? Exactly, Clarence. That's why it's important that when you got to strike while the iron's hot. Now, I don't know what the fuck Canelo think he's waiting for. He's significantly older than Benavidez. What are you trying to do? Age him out? As if you don't age, you're older than him. And especially in boxing years, you're older than him. You got a bum knee. Listen, this is a duck. This is a duck. This is a duck. And for any fan to justify him not fighting Benavidez, you're afraid, man. I don't have to call you out your name. Just say you're afraid. You're afraid for your guy. I get it. There's no math in the world. There's no, listen, you could pull all kinds of tricks, talk about networks and nothing. No. Canelo, fuck a network, fuck money. Canelo could literally do whatever the hell he wants to do. He could have fought David Benavidez 3 years ago. He didn't do it. And you know what? He knew he was there 5 years ago. You screaming for, you fighting the smaller Charlo, and you're demanding to fight the one that got brain problems. And you catching all this flack, and instead of fighting Benavidez, you've gone back on your word talking about, oh, I don't fight Mexicans, but I'm going to fight Jaime Munguia. Now, what happens if he loses this fight? What if? Where does he go? Because he doesn't have to fight him twice. What happens if he loses this fight? What is that? How does that change the landscape? I want y'all to understand something. If he fights Munguia and Munguia wins, Munguia is going to have to fight him again. What happens if Munguia wins again? What happens if it's a situation where it's like, yo, he has some sort of kryptonite or some kind of footwork that Canelo just can't time? What happens if he loses to Munguia? Does Canelo pack it up? He may as well. You know why? If Munguia beats him, now I'm going to put this coat on Munguia right now, but everything's subject to change. I'm going to put the same coat on Munguia that I did on Kambosos. I said Teofimo need to come up off that belt because he ain't fighting Devin. I think Kambosos will. And then Kambosos started acting funky, but eventually he fought Devin twice. So, okay. I think Munguia will, if he beat Canelo twice, I think he'll fuck around and fight David Benavidez. And that'll be an exciting fight. But at that point, will Canelo retire? What does he do after that? Is there still a demand for him? What does he do? Rematch Bivol? I don't think so. Because by then, he'll be fighting the winner between Bivol and Beterbiev. You sure you want to do that? What does he do after that? What does he do? I don't know. I don't know what he does. Oh, Darius, no, don't ever do that. And I'm not disrespecting anybody that's in their 20s. Let me tell you something. I find myself, like I said, on Instagram, there's a lot of lab rats on there. And I'll make a statement, and I'll have 30 Tank fans coming for me. And if their Instagram page is not private, when you click on it, you know what you're dealing with. I'm not having a serious boxing conversation with a kid that has 30 pictures on his gram with jail poses, pants sagging, skinny jeans, big feet, pink hair, painted fingernails, talking about salute, DMV, Baltimore stand up. It's not boxing with those fools. They're kids. And if you was born in the year 2000, Supreme Beast in the building. Wonderland salute. Raheem, what up? I can't take you serious because I know what I'm dealing with. And what I'm not dealing with is a serious conversation. Yeah, pink hair. I'm dead serious. Pink hair and painted fingernails. With two different dudes. I walk in the room, I get cheered. You get booed. I bang chicks, you get screwed. I feed niggas. You just niggas food. I'm different. Thai boxing, what up? Where you been? I'm different. Actually, I'm quite typical. I'm an older gentleman. And when you're talking to a person and you're giving them gems, and all they can say is, oh, you old niggas, oh, you old niggas, you old niggas. Nigga, you trying to get to my age. You 19, 20 years old. You trying to get to my age. So when I grab this mic, or when I start typing, Consider it free game. Because that's something that your father ain't do. What? You heard me? Because obviously your dad's failing. Oh, I'm sorry, your single mama, she failing. You sound like a bitch. Oh, you old niggas, Squirrely, what up? Where you been? You old niggas, yeah. Girls say that. You think you know everything. Shabazz, what up? You think you know everything. Oh my God, you think you know. You know, that's what they resort to when you're giving them logic. Yo, look, Ma, it's this, and that. And you did this, and that. This is why you're in the situation that you're in. You think you know everything. I've gotten this far in life because what you're doing, I've seen it before. You hear venting and you ask my opinion and I'm giving it to you and now I know everything. Why the fuck you ask my opinion? Because by the way, you never give your opinion if it's not asked. Don't do that. If no one asks your opinion, don't give it. If they just saying, yo man, look what happened. Just listen. And it could be the most dumb situation. Just listen. And the moment they say, what do you think? That's when you give it to them. Well, here's what I think. Well, nigga, you're wrong. Why? You did this, you did this, you did this, you did this. So of course this happened. And let it be a kid that you're 20 years older than. Oh man, you old niggas. Hey. Okay. You know what you do? Don't listen to me. Go talk to your dad, see what he say. Fuck that nigga. There it is. There it is. Fuck that nigga. Then he walk away from you. He ain't bopping. Remember back in the day we used to bop off? No, these niggas are switching. Walking like their mama. Fuck that nigga. My dad, fuck that nigga. There you go. There you go. But their dick work and you hoes are fucking those niggas and complaining that you making babies with those niggas and they don't know how to be men because they raised by their mama because their mama chose a fucked up dude. And there you go. Johnny, what up? There you go. Circle of life in our community. There it is. I just shortened it for you. So how does this relate to boxing? I'll tell you. I was just in Elijah Pierce chat, and like I said, I lab rat these kids. I made a statement about Elijah's win. He walked through fire, came back from a knockdown, and got a stoppage. And everybody's in there. Tank Franks are in there talking about, this the guy supposed to beat Tank? And I just made a broad statement. Yes. Tank was 20 years old. Elijah was 17. Elijah was 122 pounds in that ring. Tank was 155. And he couldn't do nothing with Elijah. And I bet you he quit in that sparring too. Meaning that he stopped first. All right, I'm good. Just like he did with you know who. So he's getting in the ring older than these kids, fatter than these kids, and he's stopping. So how about this? If you think Tank beats this kid, run it. That's all I'm saying. Run it. I don't care. What is your eye test? Oh, well, off the eye test. I love it. This is a sexy thing to say. Kids talking about off the eye test. They never been in a ring of their knife. They never even been in a fucking gym. Eye test. You don't know what the fuck you looking at. You don't. The eye test. Shut up. So I had this lab rat go back and forth with me for 2 days. And I just do it just to see how long they're going to do it. So I started talking to him like an adult. In other words, using big words, proper English. And I was able to tell that he was getting annoyed because he started doing a lot of mistypes. And it got to the point where I was just responding with one-word answers. Well, 2-word answers. English, please. Fuck you, old nigga. You know what I meant? Not fuck me. Not now. I have a headache. Clowning him. Then, of course, you start talking about guns and everything else. Blah, 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 blah. I go to this page, of course. This nigga is younger than my youngest nephew. Be more stand up. That's why Baltimore's fucked up now, because of shit like that. I said, kiss your mama with that mouth? He never taught you respect your elders? What does your father say about what you're typing? Could you show this to your dad? And then once they hit you with 1,000 smiling emojis. Oh, I know my father. Yeah, gotcha. I'm not going back and forth with the kid. So if you was born in 2000, and I'm not saying there's not kids that was born in 2000 that don't know boxing. It probably is, but I haven't seen them on YouTube. I haven't seen them on Instagram. You're a fan of a fighter. You could tell me more about every tattoo that Tank has than his resume. You can't tell me shit about his resume. You know why? Because there ain't shit on his resume. It's not there. If you can't dominate Elijah Pierce, a 17-year-old kid that you outweighed by like 33 pounds, if you can't dominate Devin Haney, that you was older than and heavier than, in a doghouse sparring, that you quit, I know what you're about. This Canelo shit, I know what he's about. I knew what he was about when he dropped the title instead of fighting Gennady Golovkin the first time. I knew what he was about, but I stuck by him for a little bit, and then he started popping dirty. I said, man, okay, I see what type of time he's on. So here's the question, and I'm long-winded, so I need y'all to understand. What if those guys lose? How does the landscape change? What happens? If Canelo loses, what happens? And when I say lose, he's going to have to fight Munguia twice. If Munguia gets off on him, pause, 2 times, does he go to Benavidez or does he start to act like a rock star? I'm sure business-wise, they're going to say, look, explore your options, see what you can do. You might be the next Canelo. Possibility. But I want to put this coat on Munguia. I think he fights Benavidez. Now, things are subject to change. But I think he fights Benavidez. I think he says, fight that guy. Because I'm right out the gate, I'm going to do something Canelo never did. I'm going to fight that guy. Now, let's go to Tank. This is going to be brief. What if Tank loses to Frank Martin? How does that change the landscape? Everyone's picking Tank to win. Tank is picking himself to win. And he got, oh shit. How long you been sitting there?
30 seconds?
Oh.
A minute, maybe?
So I'm talking about Tank right now. I done did my spiel on Munguia. Well, let me ask you real quick. What if Munguia beats, because he's gonna have to beat Canelo twice. If he's successful, how does that change the landscape? What happens? What do you think happens?
If Munguia beats Canelo?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
we don't think about it now, but I'm saying, what if?
Benavidez will get a title shot for once.
Exactly.
That'll
Exactly.
happen.
Yeah. I think he'll get a title shot,
That's
and
really
things can move along. Things can move along. Now, what if Tank loses to Frank Martin, which is a possibility? What if he loses? How does that change the landscape? Because I think Frank's gonna have to beat him twice. How does that change the landscape?
If Frank loses?
If Frank wins. Yeah.
I don't think it really changes. Well, actually, no, it does, because then it'll make it easier to unify or undispute. Because Tank obviously isn't, he's not playing an active role in trying to unify, or at least whatever. But yeah, we're not getting the fights we want to see at 40.
Does Tank go to 140 at that point?
Well, I mean, I just talked to Coach Kenny, maybe it was last week,
Mhm.
and they were like, Tank was walking around under 140 now. He's like, he's good at 130. He could probably make 130. Coach Kenny told me, like, he's more likely to do 130 than 140. He told me.
Oh my God! He told you that?
Yeah, it's on one of my lives. It's there.
Y'all hear this, right? So he said Tank is closer to 130. That's what he
No,
said.
he said that Tank is closer to 135, but he said that, I'm paraphrasing here. I mean, you guys could pull it up on my channel, but something along the lines of if he's not going to fight at 135, he's way more likely to go to 130. He's like, he could make 130, as a matter of fact, not 140. Something like that. Like, he could still make 130 if he wanted to, but 140 is a little too much.
Isaac Cruz, with his first fight at 140, became a champion against Rolly. So in the event that he loses to Frank Martin twice, because he's gonna have to do it twice. Mean to tell me he'll go down probably to 130 or hang around 135 to fight Emmanuel Navarrete, something like that, for a belt.
I mean, Isaac Cruz is now he's now champion.
Yeah.
He's fun. He's a fun fighter to watch. He'll fight anybody, I think. Who you got?
No.
Him, Subriel, Tio, right?
Yeah, he's the weakest link though.
And Devin, right?
Yeah, he's the. I think. I like Isak, but he's the weakest link in all of that because all of those guys could beat him off of footwork alone.
I think you're right. I think Subriel has the best chance of beating Subriel. Well, look, if Tio comes in not focused, he could possibly lose because Tio sometimes comes in not focused and doesn't have the best performances.
I need to be clear. I'm gonna go to your channel and because I missed that. I want to be clear on what Coach Cal said.
Okay.
Because I don't like it. He said
it wasn't Cal. This was Kenny.
Kenny. Okay. Well, those guys are never on the same fucking page.
No, they're not.
Cal say one thing, Kenny says another thing, and Tank tells them both to shut up on Twitter.
Does he?
Yeah, he told them, yo, man, they're getting happy with the money. They need to be. He said something along the lines that they need to be quiet. Said it on Twitter a couple of months ago. And I was like, see, no one knows. No one knows what the fuck happened. But Coach Kenny said, according to you, he said to you on your live, I need you to make a short of it, please, Marco. I need you to make it a short when he says it. Because that's very important. Now he's saying Tank is not only on weight, but he could fight at 130.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact words, but it was something along the lines of, he's already below 140 right now, and he can make 35 easy. He said if anything, he could even still make 130, something like that. But 140 seemed to not be something that,
140 is not an option.
Yeah, basically, he's not even 140 right now, and he's months away from his fight, showing you basically how far away. You know what I mean? Because usually when you're months away from a fight, you're over that weight that you got to cut down. He's already below 140 now, so I don't know, something like that.
So
let's see, Coach. I could try and find.
Maybe he was just saying, okay, yeah, we on weight so good that he could make, if he had to fight at 130, he could do it. Maybe he meant it like that. Not saying I'm gonna go there, but I could if I wanted to, type of thing. Maybe it was like that. I don't know.
It was something like I said. I think he's just basically saying he's good at 135, and if he's gonna go anywhere else, it'd be to 130, but not 140.
Not 140.
Yeah.
Well, there goes a Eastside Cruz rematch, because that will be in high demand if they're not going to unify right away. That'll be a good money fight for Eastside, a good rematch. But then here's the thing. Tank will be favored to win that fight. And what if he does? What if he beats Eastside, becomes a champion? That means he'd have to defend it.
Yeah.
Now, listen to this, guys. If he rematch Eastside and beats him for the belt, now he's at 140. And him and Devin, they could get it on at 140. But if he beats Isak and then wins the belt and then drops it, then what? Listen, Tank is that whole camp is confusing the hell out of me, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of, when you have two different coaches, a lot of different perspectives and stuff.
Man, I want to hear, when y'all had that conversation?
March 27th. March 27th.
That came up in my phone too. I didn't hear all of it. That came up in my phone. I'm gonna go back and listen to that. I want to see exactly what he said. He might have just been yo, we on weight, we on point. If we had to fight at 130, we could do it. I hope he didn't say.
No, it was definitely along the lines of, like, when I was talking about moving up or fighting 140, it was like, nah, like, if anything, we can make 130. It was more like that kind of energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it, because Tank done fought at 130. Tank was entertaining the Keith Thurman fight, man. Come on, bro. I don't want to hear this shit, man.
Was he?
Yeah. Y'all remember that? Did I imagine that? He was entertained. They were talking about him and Keith Thurman at one point. I mean, nothing. There was no paperwork. They were talking about it, though. They were talking about it. They said, yo, this man, versus Keith, because Keith was looking like a mark. He was out of the ring so long. Come on, man. And when Tank don't train, he look like a fucking Cabbage Patch Kid. Light-skinned nigga with an afro. Come on now, stop. Stop, man. I remember back in the days, my sister had a little Cabbage Patch Kid named Patrick. It was a little light-skinned dude with an afro, looked like Tank. So when someone did that shit to his picture online, that was the funniest thing in the world, bro.
Remember Cabbage Patch Kids? People were like fighting to get the last ones on Christmas.
Yo, listen, women were getting stomped out uphill for Cabbage Patch Kids. They were getting stomped out.
It was like wild.
Yo, you needed a police escort to get them.
Those are the days, man. Now you can order whatever you want. You don't have to leave your house.
That's right. My sister had one, but my pops, my pops was different. But god damn, man, if Tank loses to Frank Martin, the landscape of 135, what happens there? How does that change?
I mean, I just think it'll be a little easier to get fights done. That's all for the belt, right? That's really all that'll happen. Shakur might be able to fight Frank, which was supposed to happen, right? Anyway,
I think will Frank be the A side in that situation at that point?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know. It's like maybe to us boxing fans because he just beat like the guy, but I don't think he'd be financially a bigger draw than Shakur yet, even if he just beat, right? Or what do you think?
I think they would need each other. I think it'll be easier to get it done because Frank will get what he wants as far as the finance is concerned, and Shakur wouldn't be able to say no, because that's why they didn't fight, a couple of months ago, because they didn't want to give him the extra money that he asked. So at this point, when they go to the table, I think Frank will be a bit of a boss in those negotiations. Yo, look, I done beat Tank Davis 2 times. You've done nothing. So what the fuck? You know, I want X amount of dollars and I'm going to get that. So either they will split or, you know, Shakur be the C side of things. Because with Tank on your resume, that overshadows everything that Shakur has done.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so I mean, a lot. And listen, the X factor in this is that it's 2024, y'all, and this has been a very strange year so far. A lot of truth being told. Listen, I need Ryan to go away. I need this Tank Davis thing to get straightened out. I'm not like rooting against Tank. I just want to see a good fight. I want to see how he fares against people with good footwork. Not rooting against Tank. I want to see a good fight. I want Tank to show me something. That's all I'm saying. I need Devin to do what he said he's going to do. And I want to see what the other belt holders do. Because I think a lot of these motherfuckers are going to avoid him. There's a lot of wrongs that need to be corrected in boxing at this point. And so far, I've nicknamed this the Cat Williams curse. Because he said 2024 is damn near the year of reckoning. And we've seen a lot of things. We've seen a lot of things happen. Just a lot of moving parts in all kinds of entertainment, boxing included. I'm seeing a lot of weird shit going on. But it needs to happen. You know, somebody pointed something out to me just yesterday. And again, I'm not making light of anything. I just want to point something out. They said, Drew, you see what's happening with Wendy Williams, right? And I said, damn, bro. Damn, bro. Damn. Damn. That's all I could say is damn. You know how I dealt with Wendy Williams? I just didn't listen to her. But y'all that don't know, in New York, before she was syndicated, she was doing that shit on the radio for decades, man. Decades.
She broke that story of Eric Sermon supposedly being gay.
Yeah, that was the gay rapper that she was talking about.
Yeah, well, he was the only. She just said he looked at me with his green eyes.
Yeah,
and that's the only rapper with green eyes at the time.
Yeah, the only one. And she tried to say him and Redman were together, and it was a lot of bullshit. But dudes in the camp was like, nah, she made a play for him and he shot her down, and that's why she mad. I don't know, I wasn't there.
I've heard that.
Tretch drove from Jersey and ran up on her during her live in when she was on BLS, because she had said something about him and it wasn't true, and some of it was true. And he ran up in there, and I remember hearing it on the radio. I was like, oh, he was in there. They had to get security and shit. It was crazy. And then she did something to Aaron Hall. And then Method Man's wife had cancer.
Oh,
she was going to chemo. Yeah. And somebody at the fucking hospital took a picture of her and sent it to her. And then complete violation of HIPAA laws. And Wendy didn't put out the picture, but she spoke about it. And Method Man went up to the studio and they stopped him downstairs. So Wendy, you know, she made a lot of enemies. And there was a lot of those people that she was friendly with at one point. So I was talking to homie yesterday. He was like, yo, 2024 is weird. He's like, you know, look at Wendy Williams. And then I was like, yo, and for y'all that don't know, Wendy Williams has a touch of like some kind of Alzheimer's now.
Yeah, it's aphasia. I think it's the same thing that Bruce Willis has.
Yeah, and she's talking like she's 900 years old now. And it's like all of that stuff.
A heavy drinker and drug addict, which I think all plays a part.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, salute. It was just like very strange. And I saw an interview with her. I said, oh shit, what's wrong with her? Because you know, I have family that has that. And it's not cool, but the difference is the family members in my family that had it, they're in their 90s. Wendy is in her 50s. And just last year, she was still, you know, talking and doing her thing. And just like that, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. And you gotta wonder, you know, although people were supportive of her and they like the gossiping and shit, she built a brand off of burning people. She burned people, man. And when I saw that interview with her, when they finally let the world know what she was going through, I said, oh my God, man, it's bad. But then I read the comment section and it was brutal, man. It was brutal. And I said, oof. Hey, man, that was foul, man. But I'm looking at the way things are shaping out. Canelo gets to say, I don't want to fight Mexicans. He's freezing out Benavidez. He's fighting Munguia. What if Munguia gets, you know, lands something? What if Munguia starts doing some shit in that ring that Canelo can't keep up with?
That'd be dope.
That'd be dope, bro. And I told people
it won't
earlier,
happen, but that'd be dope.
I told people, man, y'all don't realize Munguia is 6 feet tall.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's 6 feet tall. He's significantly bigger than Canelo. You know what I mean? Remember when we was like, oh, Canelo's gonna beat Bivol, and then they faced off? You're like, wait a minute. Like, I remember hearing the Sonny Liston Ali story. It said when they faced off, they said, yo, we got the bigger guy. The fuck?
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, we got the bigger guy, and it showed.
Yeah, he was like 6'3".
Yeah, Ali was big. He's a big guy. Sonny was what, 5'10"?
No, I think 6 maybe.
Yeah, but Ali was significantly bigger than him.
Yeah.
Bivol significantly bigger than Canelo.
Yeah.
I was like, man, so Munguia is 6 feet tall. Now, I'm not saying he wins. I'm just saying this has been a strange year so far. Strange. And when I'm saying strange, I'm talking about there's a lot of wrongs being corrected. I don't want to beat a dead horse because I don't know what's going on other than what's being said, but there's a lot of people from the industry that I've spoken to that are not talking on social media. I know rappers. I used to do security for those guys. I've spoken to rappers that know Diddy, that have told me some things, and they say, "Yo, look, all they're saying is this shit don't surprise me. I'm surprised it took this long." This is what I was told. I'll tell you behind the scenes, Marco, exactly who. Matter of fact, when we end the stream, I'm just hang out for a second.
Okay.
They've told me this shit. Like, yo, I'm surprised they doing it now. Shit, they could have did this 10 years ago. I was like, damn. Yo, man. So, the way Canelo's behaving, you might never know. It's like the people that are doing the right thing are reaping the benefits. The people that are doing the wrong thing. Remember when I said good or bad, you get what you put out? So I'm just saying, it could be I'm not wishing nothing, or no, I'm just saying I'm paying attention, and I'm trying to make sense of things. Benavidez has been done a disservice, y'all. That's all I'm saying.
That's a
It's
fact.
not fair, but the world's not fair. So he's moving on. He's going to go to 175 and do what he can do. But he said he'd gladly come back to 168 to fight this guy. So he's going to keep it pushing. But this motherfucker, you know, all of this shit, yo, bro, I ain't gonna beat a dead horse. I'm just saying, I'm paying attention to this Munguia Canelo fight. I'm paying attention to this Tank and Frank Martin fight. May the best man win, and it's gonna be interesting, you know. But if Tank goes in there and he could deal with the footwork and be just as dominant, then he's shown me something. But I'm not going to be surprised if he goes there and he starts tripping over his own feet. Like we thought Michelle Rivera was going to be Frank's kryptonite. Some of us thought that. Nope. Michelle looked like he ain't fight a day in his life. And Michelle Rivera got footwork. Well, saying. So if Tank has another gear, we need to see it.
don't know, with his Tito Trinidad, Muhammad Ali looking ass, he just played off like the look, which is smart.
Yeah.
And the Ali, I mean, it even says Ali on his waistband, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you know, and no disrespect
Nice
to
little
him.
gimmick.
It was a gimmick, and it worked a little, but then who beat him?
Frank Martin.
Martin, right.
Frank Martin beat him. And Michelle got excellent footwork. And he has decent power. And Frank dazzled on him. So I'm saying, you know, the easy pick is Tank. I understand. But if we're in round 10 and we're looking at it and it's like, yo, look, we only gave Tank round 1. Holy shit, he can't touch this guy. He can't touch this guy because Tank is not a volume puncher, y'all. He's a plotter. He's not a volume puncher. Now Frank going there throws 1 shot, 2 shots, in and out, boom, 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 and he's racking up points. And we get to round 10, and we're like, yo, we gave Tank round 1 because he's a champion. From 2 to 10, he's lost every round. He needs a knockout.
Yep.
Don't do that, man. It could be a Spinks versus Holmes situation, y'all. Don't do it. Do not do it. Yo, listen, man. I don't know, man. Yo, hang out for a minute, but let them know how they can find you.
Marco Boxing, Marco 3_boxing. Here on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Yep, and putting out all the content. We do a live every day. We do some boxing trivia, the trivia championships every night. And yeah, tap in.
No diggity doubt, man. What's today? Thursday. Bear Cave tomorrow. I'm gonna do pep talk tonight because I was supposed to do it last night, but I was tired, man. I was very, very tired. And salute to y'all, everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. I had some Cash Apps that I didn't read yesterday. Salute to my brother. Let me get to that. Afro Rican G in that Cash App yesterday. He said he ain't fighting Dev. I know who you talking about. You talking about Eastside Cruz. Man, salute to you, man. And yeah, we'll be back. Today is Thursday, right? Yeah. Bear Cave tomorrow. Do not miss it. We're discussing favorite primetime vehicles. Marco, what was your favorite primetime vehicles? Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, you mean like the shows?
Yeah, like the vehicles they drove.
Oh, primetime. Wow.
General Lee, Dukes of Hazzard.
Nah, I didn't fuck with Dukes of Hazzard. Knight Rider, I guess. Yeah, I guess Knight Rider, I guess.
Yeah, who didn't want to talk in car? That was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Michael. I wanted to change my name to Michael when I was a kid.
Michael.
Love Knight Rider.
Yeah, that was dope.
So we in the cave tomorrow, man. Y'all know where to find me. Pep Talk tonight and Friday night. And love y'all, man. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.